Diddy's house being raided by Homeland Security has been a huge shock, despite all the recent allegations made against him. Now, it's clear that there was a lot more to his accusations than meets the eye, as he is now being connected to a very serious trafficking ring, possibly including numerous other famous personas like Justin Bieber. The investigations into Diddy's dark secrets has been carried out by Homeland Security in what has turned out to be a serious raid at both his LA and Miami homes just last Monday, all while Diddy had supposedly left the country in what some people suspect could have been an attempt of fleeing from the government. However, despite Diddy's absence, the troops were able to enter his homes in a warranted operation that forced everyone out of the house, including his kids, who even had lasers pointed at them as they were asked to step outside with their hands above their heads. Diddy has supposedly been involved in a trafficking and sexual assault case after multiple allegations were made against him by 4 different women who had experienced horrors going back as far as 3 decades. It looks like the investigation has been going on for quite some time now and has been taken very seriously. However, things got infinitely more complicated and crucial when rumors of a minor being involved started surfacing. According to sources, every victim that had been found of Diddy's, as well as suspected accomplices, were interviewed for the case, the victims especially holding nothing back as they decided to reveal every hidden secret about Diddy from the past few decades. It was during these investigations that the presence of minors had been brought up, which is what ultimately granted Homeland Security the necessary warrant to raid Diddy's house to uncover every hidden truth. This was ultimately the key reason for being able to label Diddy's actions as sex trafficking. That is enough for at least an argument of sex trafficking, because somebody underage cannot consent. One thing that makes investigations like these hard to prove in usual cases is the fact that there are many ways in which adults can be coerced into these types of situations, which are incredibly hard to prove in front of a judge. However, there is no denying the forced nature of a minor being taken across state lines to participate in sexual acts. Diddy's whereabouts at the time of the raid has been put into question, as some people believe that he had known what would go down, which is why he decided to leave the country on his private jet. According to a tracking of his private plane, it had been on its way to Cabo Verde in Africa, which is an extradition-free nation, which would free him from crimes committed in another country. Many people were extremely put off by this fact, not just because of the fact that it seemed like Diddy was indeed running away from something, but because of the fact that his sons had still been present at his house, meaning that he had left them behind to be apprehended by the federal agents. After the raid, it didn't take long before Diddy seemed to have returned to the States, presumably because of this very reason. According to TMZ, he had been spotted at the Miami airport not even a day after everything had gone down. However, according to some of Diddy's own representatives, he had never actually left the country, despite what the tracking of his jet said. If they are to be believed, Diddy had been planning on a simple spring break vacation with his daughter, but had delayed the flight after hearing of the raid, which is why he had been seen at the airport. His lawyers have also been very adamant about the fact that Diddy was in fact innocent and that what had happened can only be classified as a witch hunt against him, including all the allegations that have been made against him from all sides. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced, coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. However, it seems like the case is definitely not being put to rest, and things have only escalated since the raid as an arrest has now been made of an alleged drug mule associated with Diddy. According to sources and eyewitnesses, Diddy had even been present at the arrest, which had happened at the Miami airport. Besides the arrest of the man, the case has escalated even more as rumors of him grooming a young Justin Bieber have surfaced based on his presence in Justin's life at the time, as he seems to promise him a Lamborghini and even a mansion. Not only that, but another video even shows Diddy saying that he would love to have a 48-hour sleepover with Justin, who was just 15 years old at the time.
You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose.
Many people were especially disturbed by this concerning how high-profile Justin had been at that time and how little he seemed to be protected in the industry. Diddy's presence in his life certainly seems extremely suspicious, considering the allegations made against him.